Up next, Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker. Their first practice session. Cody Kopp will lead him out on the number 1 KTM. He's from Washington. 59, that's Tom Drain from Australia. 88, Chase Sadoff from Illinois. The 48, Trent Lowe, he's doing double duty today. He'll be on a Honda on a single and on a Honda twin. He is from Indiana. 75, Terrence Santero from California. 55, Tyler Raggio, now lives in Effingham, Illinois. He is from California. 265, Evan Renshaw. He's pretty much locked up the Rookie of the Year. He's from Kinzers, Pennsylvania. 82, Travis Pettit from California. And the 63, that is the younger brother. That's the Jet Jared Lowe. He's also from Indiana on that 63 bike. That's the big R Little Debbie Racing entry.
We get a look at our title combatants in this category right away in this session.
There's Jared Lowe. He was actually one of the riders that had to get off at the Springfield Mile going into Tournament 3. He's okay.
So look to the back straight away.
It's bigger in person than it looked like before we got here.
Yeah, it sure did.
Cody Kopp right there on the 1 bike. Goes way up the racetrack, squares off the corner.
And, of course, we have no idea officially what Cody's going to do next year, or any of the other riders for that matter.
Very true.
But if he gets a 3rd championship wrapped up here tonight, certainly going to be interesting to see what his decision is. He is already the winningest rider now in this category, moving in front of Shannon Texter Bauman earlier this year.
And that was one of his goals coming into the year. One of the other goals was to win his 3rd championship. He's got a 22-point lead coming in. And the other goal he's not going to do. He's trying to win the most races in the season, and he's going to fall short of that at least by 1 because he has 6 right now, tied with Tom Drain with 6 apiece. Drain trying to lower line on the 59 Estenson Yamaha. A little bit shorter way around, but you do have to slow the bike down a lot more to stay down there in that lower line. Now Cody kind of goes way above the groove in turn number 4 and lets the 59 close the gap. Sadoff has the fastest lap, the 88.
Drain's making that lower line work pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, I think now Cody might see what he's doing. That might have been a play just to see what Drain's doing. Of course, then Drain goes to the high line, not going to show Cody the low line just yet.
And he knows what that line does, wants to see what Cody's line does.
Right. Go back to the pits and talk it over with their mechanics and see if they want to try the lower or the high line. Now Cody goes to the bottom. You try to go where the rider in front of you isn't. Nice move right there. That low line's working down here in 3 and 4.
Sadoff closing in from 3rd.
Kopp goes up to 4th, 17.77. That was his fastest lap, by the way, that last lap where he went down low in turn 3 and 4. One more group to go, and our first round of practice will be all done out here today. 2 rounds of practice. And then we'll get into 2 rounds of qualifying for our premier classes. These are the singles, which mean single-cylinder motorcycles. Doesn't mean they're not married like you, right?
Right.
Okay, just want to clear that up. We have some new fans out there.
It's a good point.
Renshaw.
22 years.
Renshaw completed 1 lap, has a 20.288, so must have had an issue. This is group number 2 of your singles class. 24, Hunter Bauer from Canada. 49, Chad Coast from California. 52, Shayna Texter Bauman. She's from Pennsylvania. 131, Evan Kelleher from Massachusetts. 115, Justin Anselmi from California. 157, that's Shorty Ian Wolf from Ohio. 106, Reese Podor from Kansas. 43, Jacob Van de Kooi from Ohio. And the 240, McLean Drucker just got his pro license. This is his pro debut on the number 240 bike. He'll be at the back of the pack because he has no points. Lightning McLean is his nickname. Bauer looking at the low line down here in 1 and 2. They had the ability to sit back there and watch what the singles group number 1 was doing. There was the 49, the California kid, Chad Coase. He's filling in for James Ott. I was under the impression that James was going to try to be back for this one. I believe they decided to sit him out one more round and heal up over the offseason. So Chad Coast gets the nod. He got 2 podium finishes at the Springfield Mile, so he used to ride for this team. It's a good fit. And Chad looks pretty racy already on that 49 bike. Goes up to 5th just on his 2nd lap. That's actually his 1st lap, up to 5th, just getting up to speed.
That's good, man. That's
really good. He has the 24 to chase after. That's always good to have somebody to go after, too.
That's confidence in your bike, too.
Yes. Track's starting to take some rubber in some certain places. They're kind of bouncing around a little bit. First time out here with the bikes, they'll figure out exactly what they need to do to the racetrack after this group. We'll have a little short break in the action before the 2nd round of practice. Coast squaring off the corner down there, 3 and 4, looking at the inside, not able to make the pass. The 24 that's leading every lap right now. That's Hunter Bauer. I don't see him. He's up to 9th now. I was going to say I don't see him in the top 10, but now he is in 9th place, the 24 Canadian rider. And there goes Chad up the inside. Takes the passes down here, 3-4. As the white flag comes out from Big PR Flagman. Travis Pettin, the 82, goes up to 6th place. He's another one of the riders that had a scary get up on the back straightaway for the Springfield Mile, so it's good to see him up there. 6th right now. I don't think anybody's going to catch the 88 in this practice session. 7.534, almost exact time as the Super Twins, by the way. Checkered flag out for our 1st round of practice. Parts Limited AFT Singles presented by Kicker. Checks her down. Okay.
Awful thoughtful of our buddy Big P to give us all our bottle openers today, special designed. And
yeah, Big P's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's it for practice 1st round. You got plenty of time to... Singles rolling onto the racetrack. It's your Parts Limited AFT Singles presented by Kicker class. Cody Kopp scheduled to lead him out, but it doesn't look like he's in the front of the pack. The 59, Tom Drain. 88, Chase Sadoff. The 48, Trent Lowe. The 75, Darren Santero. 55, that's Tyler Raggio. 265, Evan Renshaw. Only completed 1 lap in that 1st practice session. Not sure what happened to him. 82, Travis Pettin. And the 63, the Jet of Jared Lowe. And where's Cody at? Is he going to start the back?
You know, I don't see Cody out there. However, I will say he is in different leathers this weekend. So look for the Evil Knievel scheme. He's not out there, though.
Breyer's in those, too.
Yeah, so Rick Ware Racing owns the rights to Evil Knievel, the branding. And he and Cody Kopp this weekend sporting the Evil Knievel kit, which is really exciting. But, Scotty, this is my favorite class, and I hate saying that. But I've loved the singles racing all season long, the 450s out there on this big 3rd mile.
And it looked like Cody just now came onto the back straightaway just now. So he missed his practice start, which could be huge. He's just now coming up to speed on turn 3 and 4. Maybe he went back there and switched his leathers. I don't know if he was in the All-American red, white, and blue
kit.
ones or not. But yeah, he's on the track now. Tom Drain out in front. The bomber. Here comes Sadoff looking at the bottom, getting it sideways.
And Scotty, there is a conversation. There's some speculation regarding whether or not Cody Kopp will be departing this class, moving up to the Super Twins class next season. I spoke with him today, and he said, I don't know where all this is coming from. I haven't spoken to Ducati. I haven't spoken to anyone besides Rick Ware Racing on the potential of moving up to the Super Twins class. He's unsure whether or not he wants to stay on a KTM, so that's playing a factor in his decision making. But I asked him, why not just stay in the singles class? Why not go for a 4th title? He said, well, in a perfect world, I would like to graduate to the Super Twins class, but that may not happen. We're going to see what the offseason holds, but right now it is a blank canvas. And these 2, Chase Sadoff and Tom Drain, leading practice number 2. You know, for these 2 riders, if you know, and Trent Lowe making his way up there as well. Ooh, a little close to the wall. Should we get a Flow Racing replay on that one?
Sadoff was right up against the wall.
Yeah. Can we get a Flow Racing replay on where Chase slipped up to hit the wall? Let's take a second look at that one. We may not be able to get that one. That's okay. Front of the truck is hanging out for us. But like I was saying, for Chase Sadoff and Tom Drain, if you know Cody Kopp could potentially be graduating, there is maybe a sense of urgency. Who's daddy now when Cody Kopp leaves, right? So you maybe want to put a mark on it. You know, you want to kind of put a bookend on the way this season ends, set the stage for Daytona next year.
And on that note, will Sadoff, will Tom Drain stay in this class too? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. See, I have a feeling Tom Green will. When I spoke with him earlier, he said things are looking that way. But for none of these riders, they don't have 2025 planned. These aren't football players or basketball guys who have 7-year contracts. They know exactly where they'll be at next year. So things are a little uncertain for the singles class.
A lot of them are year to year. Chase Sadoff, their quick time so far in that practice session, 1:7.534. We have group number 2 set to roll out. And Cody Kopp almost missed that practice session. He did miss his practice start, so that might hurt him a little bit later on. Group 2, Parts Limited AFT Singles, 24, Hunter Bauer from Canada, 49, Chad Coast from California, 52, Shane Texter Bauman, 131 is Kelleher, 115, Justin Anselmi, 157 is Ian Wolf, 106, Reese Podorf, the 43, Jacob Vandekoy, and the 240, the brand new pro, that is McLean Drucker, and here they come. They'll get a practice start. Quick time so far in the singles class. It's been the 88 of Sadoff in both the first round and the second round. He's got the exact same time, 1:7.534, if I'm not mistaken, in both sessions of practice. The 88, 1:7.534. That's incredible. We'll see if anybody in this second group can, top that time right now. Again, this is practice, but this is all you get set up for the day. So every lap does count, and the fastest lap will actually get you $500 from the Flow Fastest Lap. And when you get into qualifying, we'll have the Pronto Parts Plus Pole Award as well. So every time you go out, a little bit more at stake for you. Chad Coast goes out in front. That's the First Impressions Husqvarna. Shayna Texter Bauman also has the Evel Knievel leathers on back there, third on the racetrack, the 52 bike. She's on the Pronto Parts Plus KTM right there. She's got Jake Johnson and Kenny Coolbeth. Jake pretty much sticks to Shayna, and Coolbeth's been helping out with Briar Bauman, is what I've been told. They got a little bit of other helpers down there in the pit area. There she is, Shayna Texter Bauman. She has 19 wins in this class, which is incredible. Coast out front. Evan Kelleher right there, the 131. We know he's good on the miles. He's had some front finishes on the miles on that 131 bike. We'll see how he does on the short track. Sadoff, Lowe, Drain, Kopp. So the top 4, it's been one of the top 4 guys up there that's won every round so far this season. Chad Coast rode this bike at the Springfield Mile, finished up with 2/3 just a couple weeks ago, Labor Day weekend. This is the final round of practice for the day. This is your Parts Limited AFT Singles presented by Kicker Class. We have an open paddock area a little bit later on at 6:40 p.m. for you folks that are here. That's Central Standard Time for you folks tuning in on Flow Racing. Raggio way down at the bottom with an 18th so far with a 1:8.213. So that's the opposite end of where you want to be. 131 Kelleher is near the front, but he's only 12th quick so far. So just because you're running up front doesn't mean you're the fastest. Here's a case in point, the 49. Chad Coast has led every lap, but he's 10th quick so far. Checkered flag coming out this time by from Big PR Flagman. Checkered flags out. That is it for practice out here today. That was your last group out there. Parts Limited AFT Singles quick time in practice is Chase Sadoff, 1:7.534. That is exactly what he had in the first round of practice. Here's a look from the drone. You can see the rubber starting to go down on the 12 degrees of banking in the corners. This is going into turn number 4, and they'll make their way. This is coming off of 4 to the front straightaway. Front straightaway is already getting into a little bit of shade. Crowd's starting to fill in. They go out there and check on things on the racetrack, and you can see where the sun is already, where the shade is actually from the grandstand is a little bit darker, a little bit more traction possibly. And you see a little bit of moisture in the middle of the racetrack. Down the bottom of the racetrack looks like a little bit of blue groove. Hi everyone, it's time for the pit walk out here, Lake Ozark Short Track, a track we've never been to. Riders meeting just wrapped up. It's early in the day. Look at all the ladies. What are y'all doing up here?
We're hanging out, getting ready for the last round.
When we started this, there was like 25 people here. Let's go talk to a few of these guys over here. I want to catch those three right there. They're on the way out. Let's go catch them real quick. We're going down the hill. We're outside turn 3 and 4. Hey, Screaming Demon. We're still on the pit walk. What are we talking about down here?
I'm just helping them out. They're new. So
They've been to a racetrack before.
Well, yeah, but, you know, I'm kind of being like the nice kid in high school, I guess.
So, Lightning McLean Drucker's who he's talking about. You're in the twins class. Is that why you're helping because he's in the singles class, or would you help him even if you were racing against him?
I'd help him even if, you know, we were racing against each other. McLean's been a friend of mine for a while, so, yeah.
Screaming Demon, we still sticking with that?
I think so. I mean, you said it enough, and the people say they like it, so might as well.
Do you know their son's new nickname?
Lightning?
Lightning McLean. Yes. So he's a rookie. Today's his first pro race. Lightning McLean, because your RV was struck by lightning at Neoga, is that right?
That is right. Yep, and we barely survived.
You mean as in you guys got out of it, or what?
I thought somebody was throwing sticks of dynamite at us when the lightning went off.
So you were in it?
We were in it. We were in it.
Is that why your hair stands up a little bit now?
Yeah, it won't go back down.
Well, all right. Well, good luck to your son today. I know, you know, first time at a national, just tell him to go out there and race the racetrack.
That's what we told him. Just relax and do what he's got to do. Race the people he's around.
All right, Mom and Dad, Lightning McLean Drucker. I don't know. We want to try to hit him.
Singles on the track right now. I sent to Sarah Goad. She said she's feeling some copyright infringements.
Yeah.
Singles on the track. This is their qualifying effort, the one of Cody Kopp. This time he makes it out for practice on times. 59 is Tom Drain. 88, Chase Sadoff. He's fastest so far today in both practice sessions. 48, Trent Lowe. He's been on the track more than anybody else. 75, Taryn Santero. 55, Tyler Raggio. 265, Evan Renshaw. 82, Travis Pettin. And the 63, that's the Jet, Jared Lowe.
Scotty, I want you to look at Cody's leathers. Shayna Texter Bauman and Briar Bauman are wearing the exact same. They're an Evel Knievel design. In fact, it's got the big EK and the 1 right on the chest on the front. It's all part of what Rick Ware is doing, and this all ties in with bringing Arby's into flat track racing. Rick is actually working with Arby's to get them involved in all different forms of motorsports. That's why they were involved with the Top Fuel Car and NHRA. Now they're involved over here with Progressive American Flat Track, and he says you can expect to see them having more involvement in 2025 at the series over here with Flat Track. But he also is working with the folks at Evel Knievel in the museum and is going to be getting Evel Knievel, the brand, back involved in motorsports along with Arby's. And you can probably imagine where that's going as far as some different types of meal deals and collectible things that'll be coming in the future. And so it's exciting to see how the Evel Knievel and Arby's and all these different things are all coming in to Progressive American Flat Track. It's a positive sign that we're growing in the right direction.
Definitely so. Of course, it helps that we're on Flow Racing, helps we're on FS1, and we're on Big Fox from the Sturgis TT as well.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where those things all come into play. That's what gets marketing departments excited and wanting to be a part of something like this. And then you get them out to the racetrack and hopefully they fall in love with the sport the same way we all have. But a great job by Rick to get them all involved.
Very cool, and I love the leathers. Checkered flag out. Chase Sadoff at the top spot, 17.693. So he's a little bit slower than he was in practice. The twins are going a little bit faster than they were in practice.
Yeah.
A little different. That's the first group. One more group to go. After this, we'll have the second group. Then we'll have another track prep break. Then we'll get ready for qualifying round number 2.
Well, let's go see what Kristen's found down on the track side.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ralph. I had the opportunity of speaking with Tom Drain a little earlier. Now, guys, this track is very wide. The racing lane, 75 feet. So for the riders, they've told me this track, because it's so wide to a really sharp turn, they're able to explore more of the track, which should create for some interesting racing later on tonight.
Yeah, Scotty, it can be very tempting, can it? It can tease you a little bit. Maybe I want to venture up into a different lane.
Well, and as the sun sets and as the moisture comes up, you might go very down to the very bottom. There might be more traction down there. Most of the time, you'll try to stay on that blue groove and try to race with the groove or go in high above the groove and square off the corner, come off below the groove, too. There's a lot of different options, especially when the track is 75 feet wide all the way around.
And, Kristen, we have a very serious question for you. Let's get you back up on camera here.
I am here.
Are you nervous?
In the sun. Am I nervous?
Yeah.
No, but I can't see. The sun is bright. It's
The truck wants to know what your favorite thing is to order at Arby's.
Oh, you get the curly fries.
Absolutely.
Am I like the food expert now? Because listen, I'll take that. However, I think it's obvious that my food preference is that of a 5-year-old. I am good at corn dogs and curly fries.
And ice cream.
And ice cream. You guys got the ice cream beforehand. Oh no, and then earlier you guys were saying, well, we'll meet you at the ice cream stand. I looked all around here and there is not an ice cream stand, bunch of fools.
We were talking about the ice cream
factory
factory
where you
in town of Eldon, Missouri.
Yes.
Earlier in the day, y'all said, well, we'll meet you at the ice cream truck or something to that nature. I asked the front of the truck.
She's hearing things.
I wasn't. You guys said the ice cream stand. There's not. Let me tell you, there's not an ice cream stand here at this track.
I guess we'll have to go to Arby's when we get done.
Yeah.
Curly fries?
Curly fries, and they have ice cream too, Kristen.
Yeah. They do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shakes.
wow. It's been a while since I've been to an Arby's.
All right, we're going.
We got to
become a regular stop on the tour.
So the Evel Knievel Museum is in Topeka, Kansas, but on November the 2nd, it's moving to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes, sir.
My old sponsor, Mike Patterson, owns it at used to be Topeka Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, I've gotten to know Mike a little bit too, and we've shared some stories and some pictures from our experiences with Evel over the years, both of us, and I first saw Evel jump when I was just a little kid at the Hangtown Motocross, the original
Really?
one.
Wow.
Yeah, not the one at Prairie City, but the one that was before that. And yeah, I mean, he came out in that big red truck, parked that thing out there, and that door swung open, and here he came out in the all white with the white cape and the cane. And I mean, you're just mesmerized.
The big red truck is in the museum right now.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's amazing.
So that's it for qualifying round number 1. We have one more round of qualifying. Rolling onto the track. 2 groups left in qualifying. They'll have an open paddock area.
So this will bring Cody Kopp back out. And of course, you're talking about that Evel Knievel leathers that he's wearing. I did a little research while we were in the last break there. It was 1972 that I saw Evel jump at Plymouth, California.
Wow.
Went over 2 vans and a giant pit of snakes. Crazy thing was, that was in April, I believe it said,
right,
of 72. So I was 8 years old, and he had crashed in March in Detroit, Michigan, going over 13 cars.
Wow.
He had a broken collarbone. So when I saw him jump, he had a broken collarbone. Made the jump in Plymouth, and then later that summer, the next jump was in June in Atlanta, Georgia. His first time ever jumping in the South, and he hurt both hands with a compression fracture in his back.
Wow.
Make one, crash 2.
I was negative.
What a life.
I was negative 4 months, by the way.
What a life, huh?
Yeah. He man, I can't imagine the things that he
cannot.
Did. So we're watching the 88 chase set up the 59 Tom Drain, but quietly the 1 by Cody Kopp goes to the top spot, 1:7.572. That is faster than Sadaf was in the first round. Track's getting a little bit faster as the sun starts to set. Renshaw, nice rebound for Renshaw. He missed that first round of practice. He is up to 4th on the 265, the rookie of the year.
I know you don't like to read, but there is a tremendous autobiography out there, or biography out there, about Evel Knievel that was done by a journalist from Sports Illustrated. If you ever get the chance, it's very interesting.
By the way, Mike Patterson is on the way here from Topeka.
Oh, very good. Look forward to seeing it.
Yep. He still owns the museum there in Topeka. It's below the Topeka Harley-Davidson shop. Now it's historic Harley-Davidson.
Can't wait to see what they built in Vegas. Looking forward to that. Be going out there this fall for a couple of events. SEMA show and the Open Wheel Showdown.
And the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, February the 1st.
Hall of Fame in February, which is now part of Mecum.
Yeah.
Well, not part of Mecum, but partnered with Mecum.
I like that.
The motorcycle auction on the same weekend.
1:7.507 for Hot Rod. Cody Kopp goes to the top spot with those Evel Knievel leathers.
It's been an interesting year for Progressive American Flat Track as we sit back and reflect a little bit here, Scotty, in our season finale day. We've had some new venues, some new broadcast partners at Flow, some new money put up, like the Flow fastest lap, $500 money was $5,000.
That's the season
They
opener.
put up the season opener for both categories. In Daytona, we went to here in Lake of the Ozarks for the first time. We did the Sturgis TT for the first time.
On Fox.
We were on Big Fox for the first time. I mean,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of new sponsors coming in and around the sport throughout the year. It's been a good year for growth with the sport. Challenges as always, but
the Sasquatch got to mow his yard and produce a show.
yes,
Yeah,
he did.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
but there's challenges as well. But all in all, I think it's been a pretty interesting year.
Chad Coast right there, the 49 first impressions. Husqvarna filling in for James Ott. He's up there 9th quick in this round. Evan Kelleher, 131 bike is 11th. Hunter Bauer just right there on the screen, the 24 from Ontario, Canada's 13th quick in this round.
And pretty good chance we'll close out the year with some history tonight, with maybe Jared Mees getting championship number 10 in the premier category and Cody Kopp possibly getting title number 3 in the singles category.
Well, also, if Jared Mees wins tonight, that will be his 9th short track, which will tie him all time on the short track win list with Chris Carr and Henry Wiles.
Huh.
How about
Are
that?
those the kinds of things that would encourage you to come back one more time?
You know, I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. I know, you know, Indian won't be back next year. So if Jared comes back next year, he'll be on a completely different brand. And he's won his nationals on Harleys, XR 750s, and Indians. And of course, I think he won a few on the 450s back in the day. But if he comes back and tries it again, it'll be on a different power point. Checkered flag is out.
But we know there's some new manufacturers sniffing around, taking a look, and potentially getting interested in coming racing with Progressive American Flat Track. So interested to see what happens there. Nice crowd on hand here tonight. Hope
And they're
folks are enjoying it.
they're still coming in. Practice and qualifying is all done. Heat race.
Oh, say, can you see?
Gentlemen, here to present our colors, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines from Fort Leonard Wood.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for a land of the free and the home of the brave?
Flat track. Up first is 2 heat races for the Parts Unlimited AFT singles class, 8 laps apiece. They will all transfer to the main event. After that, 2 heat races for the Mission Super Twins, the top 6 to the main event. We'll come right back after that with the Royal Enfield Build Train Race main event. That'll be 8 laps. Then we'll have our Super Twins last chance qualifier. We'll take the top 6, and then we'll have the 2 challenge races, 4 laps apiece, and then our 2 main events for the Parts Limited singles and the Mission Super Twins. A huge night of racing. Bikes are rolling onto the racetrack right now. They're going to come around. They get 1 siding lap. check it out. Put a little heat in those tires and those motors. We'll line them up. This one is scheduled for 8 laps. Again, all 9 riders will make it to the main event. Your pole sitter will be on the inside or the outside. They start from a dead stop on the front straightaway, so here they come. On the pole is the 1 bike of Cody Kopp. He's from Washington. The 48, Trent Lowe from Guilford, Indiana. The 59, Tom Drain from Forbes, Australia. The 82, Travis Pettin, Ramona, California. Row 2, the 49, Chad Coase. He's from California. 131, Evan Kelleher from Massachusetts. The 24 from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada is Hunter Bauer. 106, Reese Pottorff, Highland, Kansas. And starting tail of the field, his very first ever AFT race, just going pro. It's McLean Drucker from Moline, Illinois, on that 240 bike. Looks like there's 1 bike missing on that second row. Possibly the 49 of Chad Coase. Oh, here he comes. He went over there to talk to him. So evidently they're not happy with the racetrack. They're giving, it looks like 2 more laps, 2 more siding laps. So track might be a little bit slippery. And if the riders aren't comfortable, Ralph, you might as well.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea, and that's all part of safety first with American Flat Track. Make sure these guys are comfortable.
So, yeah, 2 laps to check it out. Maybe make sure that moisture is all gone. And we were expecting this, too. As the sun went down, the moisture will continue to rise.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And they did water the racetrack after the practice and qualifying was all done.
And it's definitely cooler out there now than it was earlier today. Definitely chilling down.
Because you weren't out there? Because you went out there, is that why it cooled down?
No, I don't know about that, but it definitely got cooler.
All right, perfect. Let's line them up. Let's do it. It's 8 laps, all of them going straight to the main event. Raymond Reza, who is our racing chaplain, he's our assistant flagman. The flagman for the entire season is Big P right there, and he'll move to the starting line. Our 10-second board lady goes up, and we're going to hand things over right now. For the call of heat race number 1, here is Ralph Shaheen.
All right, here we go, getting set. 8 laps, says Big P, making sure everybody knows. Points to the 10-second board, and up above her head it goes. She brings it down. She'll exit the racetrack, and they'll focus on the lights. Here we go. Clicking into gear. Visors down. Revs starting to come up. Everybody focused on the lights, waiting for the green, and they thunder off into 1. Here we go. First race of the night here at Lake Ozark Speedway. Cody Kopp coming up the inside, taking the early lead. Oh, Drain with a big bobble, and he goes to the tail of the field. While Sadoff dives to the inside. That's Trent Lowe. I thought it was Sadoff in there. There's Trent Lowe going to the inside on the 48. He's going to be right up into the lead here early on in this one.
He's going in low and then trying to drift in front of everybody else. Ooh, the 82 of Travis Madden. He got really sideways. He goes back about 5 spots. Drain stuck behind all of this rush hour traffic.
But here he comes. Let's take a look at this again. What happened to Tom Drain? He just got a horrific start. Watch the 59 in the blue bike. He goes in, then he slips in there, and he slips again. Big slide. Great catch, but boy, it cost him a ton as he dropped all the way to the back, and then you see Lowe going to the lead. Now we're back up racing here with 6 to go. Lowe, Kopp, Coase, Pottorff, Kelleher, your top 5. Pettin now moves up to 5th. Drain is up to 6th and closing. He's got a lot of work to do as we tick down to 5 to go.
To think about what happened, it seemed like he got off of the racing line up there above where they've been running, maybe a little bit slicker right there off the start. Definitely cost Drain a lot of positions.
Kopp, big bobble going down into the corner there, gathers it back up. Looking to claim that 3rd championship here tonight.
Trent Lowe having an excellent heat race out here. He's been struggling to his standards this season. This is good to see him out front.
Yeah, Trent fighting, doing everything he can to make an impression before the season wraps up. He's had a pretty good year, Scotty.
Pretty good,
a win would really set things up.
I was exactly going to say that. He needs a win more than anybody else that's up there, one of the front runners, used to winning races.
Just 2 laps remaining in this opening heat race.
He's also running in the Super Twins on another Honda. It's a different team, but...
Well, and maybe those extra laps tonight have given him extra confidence, or maybe he learned something riding the twin that's helping him here. Either way, he's got 1 to go here in this heat race. with the reigning champion hot on his heels as we come off a 2 down the back straightaway for the final time in anger. Cop bobbles a little bit coming off the 2. That might be all Trent needs. Lets it eat a little bit as it drifts up off of turn number 4. Checker flag for Big P, and Trent Lowe takes the win. Cody Kopp will hang on for second. Coase is going to get third, and Tom Drain fought all the way back to fourth.
And almost got third right there at the line. So, man, a well-earned win for that heat race right there for the 48 Trent Lowe. And, you know, he's riding the twin. The singles might feel like a little toy bike out there, but Trent taking the win by a half a second.
And maybe that's a huge help, right? You never know.
Cody Kopp is second, Chad Coase is third, and just behind Coase was Tom Drain up there fourth. Podorf is fifth out there. Kelleher is sixth. Hunter Bauer seventh. Patton goes all the way back to eighth, and McLean Drucker making his first main event in his first attempt.
Chase Sav, who is in this upcoming heat, will be on the 2025 Honda, which has made major changes in that aspect.
Which he debuted, Kristen, at the last round at Springfield, and why not, I guess, huh? Get a little extra practice on it.
88 sat up on the pole, 265 Renshaw, 55 Raggio, 75 Santero, that's row number 1. Jared Lowe on the 63, Anselmi 115, 157 Ian Wolf, 43 Jacob Van Koy, and the 52 at the back of the pack, Shayna Texter Bauman. Heat race number 2.
10-second board comes down. She exits the racetrack, and the riders now focus on the lights. Big P with the button in hand. Here we go. Lights start to move. Green, and we're racing. Sadoff doesn't get the jump he was looking for. It's going to be Renshaw, but Renshaw's got company up the inside. Looks like Raggio on the 55. It is. Raggio fighting on the outside now. Renshaw to the bottom on the 265. They push wide. That opens the bottom up for Sadoff. Sadoff comes back to lead him at the line as we go back down into turn number 1.
Excellent turn 3 and 4 for the 88. He's trying a lot different lines than anybody else, and it worked out for him in 3 and 4. He goes to the lead.
Raggio went way up to the wall, Scotty, coming off the 2. And that's going to help Sadoff put a bike length or 2 between him and Renshaw, then Raggio behind him. Santero hanging in there with them on that 75. So it's 2 Hondas, a KTM and a Honda all up in the top 4 with Justin Anselmi chasing on the 115, which is a Yamaha.
The other Turner Honda won the heat race number 1. That's the 48. Now the other Turner Honda's back here second. He's locked up the Rookie of the Year in the singles class. That is Evan Renshaw, the 265. He's got company on his back tire.
I'll tell you what, Chase Sadoff, once he got out front, he is checking out. Here's Renshaw hanging on, and Raggio and Santero battling bar to bar back here for third. Across the line in fourth. Kristen, the one thing I love about racing here at Lake Ozark Speedway, as you can see from that shot, there is a variety of lines to choose from.
And the riders are so excited about that, Ralph. When I was talking to the singles class, they said usually on a short track, it's kind of follow the leader, but this track is fostering so many different lines. But then now there's an emphasis on line selection. But guys, again, 75 feet of racing lane for these riders to work with, and they are using every square inch.
That is a lot of dirt, Kristen, for sure. And Scotty, right now these guys are pushing that line further and further out, but as we get deeper into the night, some of that moisture might come up down on the bottom.
Yeah, you've got to stay with the track. You don't be afraid to search around. Look for a new line. Watch for that moisture to come up. It'll be a little bit darker dirt. The first one to find that usually goes to the front first.
White flag out for Chase Sadoff.
Renshaw's still in second. He's got company, and Santero's looking for a way through. Last lap.
Talked to Chase during the fan walk. He was feeling very confident. You can see why as he puts in a great heat race here. Terrible start, but he puts it all together for the win. Sadoff beats Renshaw to the line, and Santero, Raggio, and Lowe follow him across in the top 5. Good opening salvo of heat races from our Parts Unlimited AFT singles presented by Kicker. Mission Super Twins will be coming up, as well as Build Train Race.
There's a look at the results. Chase Sadoff taking the win by 1.2 seconds. He had the fastest lap we've seen of the day just a moment ago, 1:6.964, so the track is getting faster. All 9 riders making it directly to the main event. No last chance qualifier for your singles. Your starting lineup looks like this. The 48, Trent Lowe from Guilford, Indiana, will be first pick. Chase Sadoff will have second pick on the 88. Cody Kopp will be third. Evan Renshaw, last bike on the front row. Don't count out the riders on that second row. Chad Coase, the 49, 75 Santero, 59 Tom Drain, and the 55 Tyler Raggio. I believe the winner is going to come from one of these front 2 rows. Riders are pushing them out. If you're new to our sport, which we heard a lot of you fans that are up there in the stands are, they walk them on out. They'll get to pick their spot according to how you finished your heat race or in the singles class is how you finish your heat race. In the twins class is how you finish your heat or your last chance qualifier. So after they pick their spots, we'll line them up. We'll do a full rider introduction so you can see the riders before they put their helmets on, before they get serious, before they fire up the motorcycle. So it's a little bit different. It's something we've done. It's a tradition in our sport. The walkout, you can hear the left shoe clanking on the ground, and they line them all up according to how they finish. Start's very important, so you got to get a good starting pick and get lined up where you're supposed to be, where you should be, where you want to be. Let's call it like that. And then after they all get lined up, we will do a full introduction one at a time so you guys can make some noise for your favorite rider and cheer them on. They're all taking a look at the track. Some of the riders are working their way down to that front.
Let's go down trackside. Kristen with a pre-race report.
Yeah, I'm actually standing by with Andrew Butler, Cody Kopp's crew chief and mechanic. With a track that has this much chop upsetting the suspension, how do you set up the bike and put Cody in a position to win his third consecutive championship?
So fortunately, we have a lot of notes. So we just went back and looked at like Sonoya and Bridgeport and just kind of combined the two and then slowly tuned it the rest of the day.
Cody has been so consistent this year, which has put him in the position he is in now. How do you provide him that consistency?
Man, it's all him. His mental ability to stay focused is unreal. So I can't put into words how he does it.
Andrew, thank you so much for your time and best of luck to Cody as he pursues what could be a history-making title.
I like how the mechanic gives the rider the full, it's all because of him, and the rider typically gives the mechanic the same nods. It takes everybody.
For sure. And it's being prepared when that moment arises, right? You never know when it's going to come. Might not come all season, might only come once in 5 years, but when it happens, which it did at Du Quoin, you got to be ready to jump on it, and Andrew was there ready to go and replace that chain and get him going.
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to make your own luck. Sometimes you just have to be prepared, and you got to, make sure you finish the job. Here is your starting lineup. Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker. We're starting at the back of the pack, starting on that fifth row, the 43 bike from Mount Gilead, Ohio. Floyd Tapp, Ben Evans Racing, Woody Kyle Racing, Husqvarna. The 43 is Killswitch, Jacob Vanderkoy. His first ever main event, his first pro race of his career from Moline, Illinois. MD Racing, Carter Farm Racing, Frank-N-Stine Graphics, Honda. The 240, McLean Drucker. Moving to row number 4 from Mansfield, Ohio on the Honda. It's the ISW Racing Fairway Ford. Number 157, they call him Shorty, Ian Wolf. From Ramona, California, ECG Racing, AM Ortega, Fontana Radiator, KTM. The 82 bike, Travis Patton. From Willow Street, Pennsylvania, with that brand new Evel Knievel suit. Good for Rick Ware Racing, Parts Plus, Jacob Constructions. On the KTM, the 52, Shayna Texter Bauman. First pick on that front row from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Vincent Construction, American Harley Davidson Yamaha. The 24 bike, Showtime, Hunter Bauer. Now we go to the third row from Lodi, California. Team TDR, Unsettled Racing on the Yamaha. The 115, Justin Anselmi. From Raynham, Massachusetts in his rookie season, doing it for Schaefer's Motorsports. South Shore Design, KTM. The 131, Evan Kelleher. From Guilford, Indiana, Big R, Little Debbie Racing, Vincent Construction, Honda. The 63, the Jet, Jared Lowe. First pick on that third row from Highland, Kansas. Diamond Auto Body, St. Joe Power Sports, Honda. The 106, Reese the Beast, Podor. Moving up to the second row from Effingham, Illinois. Raggio Racing, Sluggo Racing, Unsettled Racing, KTM. The 55, Tyler Raggio. From Forbes, Australia, Essenson Racing, Yamaha Racing, Monster Energy, Yamaha. The 59, the Bomber, Tom Drain. Second pick on the second row from Petaluma, California, Vincent Construction, P&M Motorcycles, Honda. The 75, Darren Santero. First pick on that second row from Fremont, California. Factory H Racing, First Impressions, Heating, Air Conditioning on the Husqvarna. The 49, the California Kid, Chad Coase. Moving to the front row, Kinzer's Pennsylvania rider, American Honda, Mission Foods, Castor Oil, your Rookie of the Year, the 265, Evan Renshaw. Third pick on the front row from Michael Washington, Rick Ware Racing, Park Plus, Jacob Construction, latest motors on the KTM, the one bike, Cody Cobb. Second pick from Hillsboro, Illinois, the JPG Motorsports Honda, the 88, Chase Sadoff. And on the pole from Guilford, Indiana, American Honda, Mission Foods, Castor Oil Honda, the 48, it is Trent Lowe. How about it, race fans? Make some noise for all 18 riders in our first main event of the night, your Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker Class. Let them hear ya. And don't forget, the champion will design his very own championship ring. Big thanks goes out to TDFJ, Tom Duma Fine Jewelers. If Cody Kopp will win the championship, and he's 22 points ahead right now, he will get to design his very own, his third very own championship rings. Big thanks to TDFJ, Tom Duma Fine Jewelers. Tommy wishes he could be here. He's watching from home, and he loves the 4 wide racing we got going on tonight. Leathers, I love it.
Looking great.
Saved it for the last race of the season. Smoking Joe Kopp right there on his left. That's his dad. Andrew Butler on the right. That's his mechanic. Wiping the shield one more time. It's time for business.
Have fun and go win the title. And he does not have to win the race to win the championship.
Nope. He just has to finish, not in last, maybe around 15th or so. First step is done. He's in the main.
Yeah.
He's on the front row.
Being in front of Tom Drain at the end should lock it all up.
Definitely. I mean, I think if he's anywhere near Tom Drain, he'll be just fine. Has a 22-point lead.
Yeah.
25 points to win. One final look at the racetrack. Ralph, this one is 6 minutes plus 2 laps. And then the season's over for the singles riders. We'll see him in Daytona.
A little shorter time than normal, but we'll get in more laps too.
Correct. 17-second laps, yeah. 17.2 second lap average, probably.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. There's Chase Sadoff. He's looking to shake things up. Could do it. There's the reigning champ looking for title number 3. Trent Lowe right there. Boy, he's been quick on the single all night. He could put something together here, and he really would like to do that as he looks towards 25. And how about this youngster here? What a way to cap off a rookie season that could be.
Trent's teammate, and yeah, for a win for Renshaw would be huge.
And don't forget about the 59 back there in the second row, Tom Drain. If he gets a good start, he could win this from the middle of row number 2, no problem. Here we go. Final Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker, main event of the 2024 season. We're underway. Kopp with a good start. Here comes Drain from the second row, already up to 4th and looking to get more. Backstretch. Kopp first one to turn number 3, and he's got Sadoff on his heels. Drain looking to the outside, making some ground up. Sadoff coming inside, maybe new leader in 1, yes.
Sadoff really squared up the corner down there in 3 and 4. A nice move by Sadoff to take the lead.
And he's pulling away.
And he reached up, grabbed a tear up. He wants some clear vision because nobody's in front of him. Put any roost right there on that lens of that number 88 bike.
This is exactly what Sadoff did in his challenge race earlier. Kopp trying to get something to work on the outside. It's only costing him more as Drain now goes by.
Drain from that second row is already up to third. Kopp's kind of going backwards right now. He doesn't seem like he's slowing down and staying on the racing line. He's slipping off the groove.
He just cannot find his spot. He can't find his rhythm. And now he's got to stop worrying about winning the race and just worry about putting the championship to bed, right?
Keep that 59 right there in his sights. That's what I would be doing if I was the number 1 rider
just
right now.
Stay glued to the 59 Yamaha. Yes, it's in racing. Monster Energy back number 59 and Tom Drain.
Tom's up to third in that second row. Now here comes Renshaw up to fourth on the 265. Kopp right behind him on that one bike.
Renshaw sure would like to be on a podium for the end of the year on that 265. He can make it happen if he can get inside a Drain. Down to inside of 4.5 minutes and 2 laps to go.
Little bump forming right there going into 3. You see Drain get up out of the saddle just a little bit where they come on and off the racetrack.
Quick flip of the throttle as he goes down into 1.
That helps you set up for the corner. When you throw it in, you burp that throttle and get right back on it. Drain still in third. There's Renshaw. There's a look at the champ.
Just committed to that high side, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not working yet. It could come in a couple of laps, but we're almost already, 1 more minute. We're in the halfway point.
Yeah.
So Drain is fighting that bike just a little bit, kind of bounces into 3. He's such a little guy on that motorcycle, though. It's easy to do, I think. There was Kopp on the outside.
That might work this time. As Drain slipped up, Kopp's going to take a little bit of advantage there, but he still can't put away Renshaw yet.
He is committed to the high line once again in 3 and 4. Now it looks like it's starting to work for the one bike. They almost go 3 wide.
Well, he finally gets around Renshaw. Will he even have a shot at Drain here?
There he goes.
He does.
Drain kind of hits a bobble right there in the middle of 1 and 2. Now Renshaw gets by Drain.
I don't know if Kopp has the opportunity to run down lower Sadoff. 3 minutes and 2 laps to go. And that's our Arrowhead Brass Halfway Challenge Award, which goes to Chase Sadoff.
Laps going by quick. Kopp looks over his shoulder. He's pulling away from the 265 and the 59.
Yeah, he has suddenly gotten some rhythm going, and he might be closing in on Lowe, but Sadoff is gone. He's a second to third in front of Lowe, and there you see Lowe. Just take a look at the pass here. Watch Drain on the 59 on the bottom.
Right in the middle of 1 and 2, right about here. Oh, he gets a little bit sideways and does hit a little bit of a bump right there. It's hard to see it, but it gets him up out of the saddle.
Yeah, the front wheel came up off the ground.
Yep, that was allowed Kopp to sneak away.
Well, he's got 2 minutes to go and 2 laps. Cody trying to catch Lowe.
Lowe on the Turner Honda, put in best ride of his season. Sadoff's having a great year. This will be win number 4 if he can pull this off.
What a year it has been for Chase Sadoff. He got that first win in Texas in a shortened race. Some people tried to put an asterisk by it, but then getting what could potentially be 3 more after that here tonight. And all the challenge races he's won and he races.
Great season.
It has been a fantastic year for Chase Sadoff.
Unfortunately, the one bike just had a little bit better. A lot of rubber going down on the racetrack right now.
Sure is. Minute and a half and 2 laps to go, and the battle for second really heating up now. There it is. It's about 2 seconds behind Sadoff.
Kopp's on the charge right now.
He sure is. That upper groove working beautifully for him now.
Squaring off.
Lowe tries to take it away from him. He squares up, gets back inside, and new second place rider is that Parts Plus KTM from Rick Ware Racing, Cody Kopp.
Ralph, I thought he was going to settle in for 5th place and just win that championship. He doesn't have it in him this year.
I don't think
he's going for it.
I thought for a while there he didn't have a choice but to do that the way things are going. But, man, it has really come along for him. Inside of a minute and 2 laps to go.
Getting a little bit of lap traffic right now.
And then
red flag
is out. There's your rider down coming off of turn number 4.
He's trying to get out of the way. I believe it might be Pettin. I think he was dropping in the finish, or the
62 we're hearing.
Yeah, it's Travis Pettin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the same rider that went down on the back straightaway at the Springfield Mile. And what I can see right here, and I've had this happen to me before, is when that back end breaks loose coming off that corner. The back end snaps around quick, but then it kind of throws you down. And the bike and the rider were right there in the racing line, so that's why the red flag comes out. Our medical team is right there. Here's a look at it.
Let's watch back at turn number 4. Oh, there you can see at least it was a low side.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Oh, looks like everybody missed him.
Oh, yes. Excellent job by our rider. He's waving right there, and that's what they teach you to do. You know, you
let
want
him know you're down there.
You want to slow them down. Red flags, and there's red wheel and lights on all the way around the racetrack. This is going to restack everything up.
It will be a staggered start.
Our first one of the night.
Yep. First incident of the night. Tough break for Sadoff because now Cody is going to be right on his outside. And if he gets a good jump, Scotty, he might be able to catch him here with, 2 laps to go?
Yeah, not very much time to go for sure.
Maybe 3, depending on when the lights came on and if the clocks are at 0 yet or not.
So we'll have a stagger restart for you new fans. The pole setter will pick the inside or the outside, wherever he wants to go, and then they'll take a couple of steps back and 1 step sideways. That way, if the rider in front of you doesn't get going, you don't hit the back tire of that rider just ahead of you. So, again, Cody Kopp, man, what a charge. He was back there like 5th.
All the way back in 5th, yeah.
And turned it on, went all the way back up to 2nd. So he's in the spot right now because the 59 is back there in the 5th position. So if he just finishes where he's at, that's the championship. But we know Cody wants to win and keep putting, X's
stacking
in that record book.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stacking that record.
Yep. I love those leathers, man. They did a great job.
They're very cool.
So we will have a staggered restart. Again, this was scheduled for 6 minutes plus 2 laps.
And we were coming right down to it, Scotty. We were about to see the clocks go to 0, so...
Also, for you new fans, you're not allowed to work on your motorcycle. That you can see the riders are getting something to drink. You can put new tariffs on your helmet, just like the cars do that normally run out here. But you're not allowed to work on your bike. If you do, you go to the back of the pack. It looks like Pettin is working on that front end of that motorcycle, so he's trying to make the restart. He will be starting tail of the field because he was the rider that brought out the red flag. Sadoff having an excellent season. He'd like to finish it with a win. There's Brian Bigelow. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Biggs. All right, they're going to walk them up there to their starting spots right now. That way the bikes don't start getting too hot as they make, it takes a little bit of time to get 18 bikes lined up.
Kristen, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Ralph. Our series rookie of the year in the American Flat Track singles class, Evan Renshaw, showing up big here tonight on the short track. I had the privilege of speaking to him before the start of this race, and I asked him, kind of how are you feeling going into the weekend? And this is the final race of the season. Where are you at looking towards 2025? And a lot of these riders, but Evan Renshaw included, don't have their rides secured for the next season. I asked him if Mike Turner's put any pressure on him or what the game plan is or if there's a strategy for this final race. It is important because you want to set a precedence moving into Daytona 2025. He said, listen, all season long I've been pushing myself maybe a little too hard. So the goal going into this final round was just to have fun. And it's interesting how kind of that mental mind switch plays a factor in how they perform on the track. Evan Renshaw having one of his best races of the season.
Well, he's in 4th right now with a shot at the podium.
And he's having a great main event. And sometimes, the pressure does get to you. When you sign a deal as a rookie to be on one of the big teams in the singles class, you feel that pressure. You can tell, that they want you to win. They want you to be up front. But that's why they hired him. And he showed up tonight for business. He's ready to get to the front. They're getting them lined up. Everybody has to be staggered in their right spots. They lock in the front end locks like they'd use in Supercross and Motocross.
Yep. Try to keep that front wheel down.
And get a drive into that corner.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nope. Cody Kopp right there checking his lens, going through the checklist, make sure everything's ready to go. The big piece said fire him up. We can hear that from here.
Let's take a look at it again here.
Watch right in the middle of the screen. Right about there. The back end just steps out on the 82 and it comes on around right in front of about half of the field. They all do a great job of missing. Their Shayna just about gets into that motorcycle.
Hunter Bauer right behind him.
Yeah.
Did a great job of missing him. The 24.
Raggio had a horrible first start. He should have been up there. He started on that second row. Now he's got another chance to do it.
Same thing for Chad Coast back there.
Correct.
And Lowe gets to start.
Wow.
Sadoff blows the start. Drain coming up the inside on the 59.
Wow.
Cobb is all the way in the back. Sadoff gets into the wall. Drain's making a push to the bottom. He's going to go for the lead. Tom Drain coming. Green flag is out. We've got 30 seconds and 2 laps to go. This one far from over. Sadoff working the bottom. Here he comes. Back to the front he goes on the 88.
Drain bounces off the wall. Now he drops to the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying the inside, trying to slide job.
Drain and Sadoff going to swap the lead here back and forth in the final stages of this one. Sadoff doing a nice job on the lower line. And Cody Cobb thought he had a shot at the win. He's just trying to get back on the podium now.
Here comes Drain back on the inside. Chase squares it off. These two have history together.
Continue to swap this thing back and forth. 2 to go. The clocks have gone to 0.
Cody Cobb getting him in the mix. They go way up the racetrack.
Yeah, but Lowe's going to push him too high. And Renshaw's going to get in there 1 spot off the podium. Here's Drain again. Oh, that last corner is going to be something on this one.
Wow.
Coming to the white flag. Sadoff leads him into 1, but can he stay there? Drain back inside, runs him wide. And Chase couldn't straighten it up again quick enough. Final 2 corners. Tom Drain had gotten a terrible start at the beginning of this one, but he might finish it off in the money. Checkered flag, final main event. The win goes to Tom Drain. Sadoff will get second. Kopp will finish in third. So Cody Kopp will be your 2024 Parts Unlimited AFT Singles presented by Kicker season champion. For the 3rd year in a row.
What a ride for the 59. To come back and rebound from that horrible start and make his way all the way to the front.
That's win number 7 for Tom Drain.
The most in this class.
Yep. 3 in a row. If he didn't have the problems at, 2 races, Scotty?
Daytona and out there at Chico.
Yeah, at Silver Dollar. On 2 other short tracks this year, he might very well have been the 24 champion.
I can hear Cody. It sounds like Cody's having some fun. Yeah. There it is.
That championship for Rick Ware Racing. In there somewhere is our newly crowned champ. There he is. In the Evel Knievel leathers. Parts Plus, Jacobs Construction, Arby's, all a part of that championship run there with KTM. Tom Drain, the Monster Energy Yamaha for Tim Essenson. Tim's having a pretty good night. Wins the season finale in the singles category, wins the sprint car championship with his nephew. He's having a good run.
There's Dustin down there to celebrate.
That's Tom's mom there, right? The big hug?
Yes.
It is done. You begin immediately getting ready for the next one.
Nice and Drain win the final 3 races of the season. Another stat.
Bring it.
Nice's 58th win on an Indian.
Wow.
Since 2017.
58 of, what did you say? Out of
135. and is Meese's 107th podium out of those 135 races. Incredible.
Big numbers. And you think of the names that are behind it. Parker, Carr, Springsteen, Roberts,
Schobert,
I mean, Schwann, Spencer. I mean, it's incredible. World champions, multi-time world champions, all behind him in the record books.